Okay, here's my quick little rice farming idea, if you will. Now, obviously, this is like the very first year I'm doing this. I'm still kind of learning how to actually rice farm. And I got this idea just by watching people on YouTube from Florida do it, where they take 5-gallon buckets from Lowe's, fill them up with soil, put the rice plants in them, and then start growing the rice. So far this year, they're doing pretty good. Over here, I've got Mucombi Pearl Millet. I put a little guardrail around it because rats and mice and rodents were getting in my patch, and they were actually starting to dig up the corner right over there. Not fun, but hopefully the Pearl Millet does well this year. It's Mucombi Pearl. Over on this side, I have a greenhouse that got knocked over by the wind, so I have to scrap that. Still scrapping that over here. That's why all those pipes are right there. And then down here we've got a massive, awesome, and mega spectacular potato plant. We've got corn on either side. People are always like, you're not supposed to plant corn with potatoes. And I'm like, well, what if you do? That's kind of the idea here as to why I decided to do this. See if you can actually companion plant potatoes with corn. I just wanted to do this as an experiment. And then on the other side down here is a little rice plant. If my camera will actually focus. There's a little rice plant down there that I decided to companion plant with the potatoes and corn. See how well that does. Over here we've got more corn plants. Right there is another rice plant. And then on this side I've got 3 rice plants. And then in the center I actually have 3 corn plants. I originally had 5, but one of them died right there. And another one died right there. So they kind of, lost a little bit of traction. Sad. And then over on this side, I now have a yam that's actually starting to pop up out of the ground. Happy. And I got the yam going well right there. Over here, I decided to use a Hopi method for growing rice as opposed to like traditional Asian methods, where they would just take like a jar or a can of coffee and then they'd actually cut the bottom off of it and then they'd stick that over the plant. But instead of using that, I decided to use this Simply Limeade bottle. And then I'd fill that with water and then it kind of condenses and forms a greenhouse effect to retain as much water as possible inside of it. As you can see over here with 2 of these ones right here that I just decided to put in the ground as an experiment, they are actually growing and they're growing pretty well. They're not as big as the other ones, but I just want to see what happens to them to see if they will take to the soil here. If they do, then I'm going to be taking the grains of rice off of them and then planting those next year in the same soil, see how well they do. And then last but not least, I have all of this right over here. I'm still composting into more compost bins. But yeah, anyway, last but not least, we have my bread and butter. This is black sorghum on this side. I have wheat, corn. I'm companion planting. Some people are like, you're not supposed to do that. Companion plant wheat and corn. I'm like, well, why not? Anyway, I just decided to do this as an experiment. So far, they're taking really well to each other. The wheats and the corns actually really like each other. It's strange. And then on this side, I have Proso millet. Over here in this bed, I have going Malaukia, which is for my vitamin A, E, and C. I have for my complete protein in the central part, Amaranth. And then on the other side, I have another set of Mucombi Pearl millet. That I decided to plant for insurance in case the other crop failed that I planted directly in the ground. Hopefully it sprouts soon so that I could actually show off some of those rows that I put down here. And I'll feel really, really good about myself being like, I have a green thumb. But yeah, first year subsistence farming. It's definitely showing off a lot of challenges. I'm starting to learn a lot about how the plants take to the soil, how they like the soil, what soils they do like, what soils they don't like. And it's going to help me when I actually do get a full row of corn and a full row of wheat and a full row of everything, so that I have what I need to grow for next season, which is, if anything actually does take, if I get like a big thing of rice, if I get a big thing of corn, if I get a big thing of wheat, guess what's going in the ground and like tripled the quantity next year, if we get that much. Yep. Then over here, I recently got a primal beehive. Before I'm done today, I'm actually going to be scoring the side of the beehive with my name and my phone number. So it's like, this is the property of Zane B. Fierro. You know, call me at this number. And so it's like, that doesn't just get jacked from me. Hopefully that works. Over here, I had my package opener. It's just a standard blade of unknown stone. I just found some stone one day on the ground and said, hey, this makes a good knife. So I cut it. It works. And then here's my old one I used to use for a while. That blade's dull. I just chipped the edge by throwing it on there. Oh well. I've been getting a lot of these recently in my garden bed. I call them little twisties or drill weed. I don't know actually what their real name is, but I really do not like this stuff. It sucks. And then my next project after I'm done setting this bad boy up is to get this up and running for my Muscovy ducks, because I'm going to be getting some ducks in a row. I want all my ducks in a row, dang damn it. And yeah, that's going to be my next project. Oh, and then last but not least, before I'm done, over here I have a small patch of aloe growing. Actually doing really well for itself. I just put it in the ground, threw some water on top of it, and these things are taking to the soil really, really nicely. I like them a lot. Hopefully that does well. And that's pretty much my garden for this season. I don't really have too much more in terms of food or medicines that I'm growing this year. I just wanted to start simple, start small, and then kind of expand from there. And I'll talk to you next time when the garden is a bit bigger. Later.